Good day to you all, and welcome to our practical session of the FigGem webinar. So, in this session, I'll take you through how you can set up or configure your emails to receive notifications each time a specific job is generated on the FigGem platform. This can be used as a useful monitoring and tracking tool, especially for the jobs that are really important and you want to know during the course of the day or in real time, each time that sort of job is generated. So once you configure your emails, you know that you can get an alert to alert you each time that job is done. So I'll take you through how you can configure that on your FigGem web platform. So, as I'm sharing on my screen, we are on the FigGem web platform, and on the left side, we've got the menu. So, if you scroll down on the menu, second from the bottom, we've got email configurations here. And if you click there, you see on our drop down menu, we've got the basic configurations as well as advanced email configurations. So, I'll take you through both of them. First, we've got our basic email configuration. So our basic email configurations are quite basic, as the word basic says. So on this platform, our basic email configurations will allow us to configure, set up an email and configure it such that each time a job is done or uploaded into the FigGem platform, there is an email that is sent to alert that user that so and so has done a job. So it's quite an easy and simple process. The first thing that we'll do is to create the email and to put it on the FigGem platform. So what we do is on our far right here, you click this plus button. It will allow you to add the email address that you want to configure. So the email address in this case is Trevor at figgemobile.com. So once you have added that email address, the next question is, do you want this to be your default, the default email for your platform or not? So the default email is the email that receive all notifications, especially if other email addresses are unavailable. So if you set that email as default, it means that that is the email that gets notifications for every job that has been done, regardless of whether you have configured it to receive that job or not. So in this case, we're not going to set it as the default email because we may need to have separate emails receiving different things. So once you're done with that, you click submit and your email is created. The next thing after creating an email, it is to then configure what sort of jobs you want to receive alerts for on that email. So in this case, as you can see, we've got the default here, which is deactivated, as I showed you just a minute ago. Next, we've got quotations. So what you have to then configure or decide is, do I want to receive alerts when quotations are done? If the answer is yes, you leave it as yes. If the answer is no, all you need to do is deactivate the yes, and then it remains as no. Do I want to receive notifications each time an order is done? The answer is yes. Do I want photos? If the answer is yes, you leave it. Do I want full stock surveys? You can click no. Do I want quick stock price surveys? The answer is no. Do I want quick stock surveys? The answer is yes. Do I want quick orders? No. Do I want facing surveys? No. Do I want custom forms? Yes. Do I want ad stores? No. So we are done with configuring. So as you can see, Trevor, you can tell the types of jobs that send alerts to your emails whenever jobs are uploaded on that platform. But further to that, you will also have the liberty to deactivate an email config once you feel that it's no longer necessary. So here, where it says active, you see that this email is active. If you want to deactivate it, all you need to do is click yes, and then it has been deactivated. But if you want to activate it again, you click yes, and then the email address is active. So this is the basic email configurations. One other thing I can show you is you can also delete an email address if you no longer need it to be here. So for example, we've got this email here and we can delete it. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Once we've deleted, then that email no longer exists, that email address no longer exists under our distribution list. I will then move on to the more advanced email settings. So the advanced email settings then allow us to set up a more complex, to have a more complex setup of receiving notifications based on what we want to be to report on. So a use case that I can give you is you could have different departments and different users being managed by different, be it sales managers or channel leaders or whatever your system allows in your company. So when you're setting up advanced email configurations, what that allows you to do is, for example, Trevor is your sales manager for cluster A. It allows you to set up email configurations such that Trevor does not receive email notifications for every user, but can only receive email notifications for users that operate in cluster A, customers that operate in cluster A, and specific product lines that Trevor may be managing. So those specific products may fall under Trevor. So he could have certain SKUs that he does. He has no business monitoring. So this is what advanced distribution lists can allow us to do. So once again, like I showed you earlier with our basic, you click your plus button, and this is where you can add your distribution list. So you name your distribution list. You could call it Trevor Cluster A, right? Once you are done with that, you can also add an email address. So the email address is that email address that you want to be receiving notifications. So in this case, we can say trav@gmail.com. Then you add to list. Right. The next step is to then select which emails do I want to be receiving notifications each time jobs in cluster A are done. So Trevor's email is already there, but maybe Trevor has more than one email. So you can add, so whatever appears on the left is everything in the universe. What appears on the right is what has been assigned to that specific job. So for us to assign Trevor at Figure Mobile to receive emails for jobs done under Trevor Cluster A, all you need to do is to click. Once it appears on the right, it has been assigned. So you could have more than one email, or there could be more than one person managing that cluster. So probably Trevor has got a second in charge called Astro, and Astro also needs to get those email alerts. So this is where you click, and Astro also receive those email alerts. Next, we then assign which users fall under cluster A, or which users are supposed to be monitored and managed by Trevor. So if we've got Reese, we assign Reese. If we've got Tafadzwa, we've got Jean, we've got Taf, and we've got Luke. So these are the users that fall under Trevor. So what that means is when these users generate jobs, then the parameters that we have configured will apply to these users. The ones that apply on the left, the ones that appear on the left will not be affected by this email distribution list. Next thing, we then assign the stores. So what that means is Trevor may be managing specific stores, and it's not every store that you want to receive alerts for. So Trevor will receive alerts for the stores where you have assigned him. So meaning that if someone goes to Bon Marché Avondale and you want Trevor to receive that email alert for the jobs carried out at Bon Marché Avondale, all you need to do is click and it comes to the right, so it has been assigned. Same applies to CPT Choppies Mutare. You can put OK Budiro, OK Cameron, Pick and Pay Kamfinsa, and Westgate. So you've assigned your stores. Then product categories. So there may be particular categories that Trevor manages and not everything. So his product categories may fall under nugget, airwick, and cheese. So you've assigned those product categories. After that, then we come to the specific jobs. So it may not be every job that you want to get alerts for. We may just want orders because orders allow you to be able to prepare for stock for the following day. So once you assign the orders, they will appear. Once you assign your photos, they will appear. The next thing is custom forms. So if there's a specific custom form that you want an alert for each time it's generated, you can then assign the specific custom form. So it could be collect oil, then that is assigned. Once you're done with that, then you submit. It says Trevor cluster is already in use, so we may need to change. So Trevor 2, cluster A. Then once we're done with that, then we click submit. Once we submit, our emails are configured. So if you go to your distribution lists now, you can see we've got Trevor appearing as a distribution list here. So in summary, in a nutshell, this is what our email configurations look like. Thank you very much for your attention and for your time. We will go back to our question and answer segment. Thank you.